Hey fam, welcome to your September reading. This is TC, your guiding chariot. Before we get to the cards, I just want to lay some ground rules. I have changed the format, so if you've been following my channel, you've been watching the monthlies, I've totally revamped them. So the setup will be different. Before I would do a pull for love, a pull for your own spiritual growth, and a pull for kind of work and money. And then we get your main spirit message. I've kind of changed it where I kind of want to keep those three facets separate. So this one is really going to be an overview for the month, how you're developing, what's going on in a spiritual space for you. I'm going to do love and money things separately. So instead of doing them all here, I'm breaking them apart so we can go a little deeper instead of kind of giving you kind of surface answers for all three. We're going to have like a dedicated monthly for each. So don't worry, love will probably come next. So I'm going to do spirit and then love, and then we'll do money, or how I don't know how I'm going to do the money one yet. We'll see. We'll figure that out. I might do the two together. I might do them separate. But this one's literally focused just on, spiritual development, divine energies, all that good stuff. So we are still going to do a mix of oracle and tarot. Tarot for our big kind of spirit message, and then the oracles I'm going to use on kind of how you're showing up, what kind of divine angelic assistance is coming in, and then also what kind of earthly animal spirit guidance is coming through for you. I keep saying September, but I feel like this reading is really more like Virgo season, so some of it may have already started. Yeah, it's been an interesting Virgo season so far. I'm definitely feeling this earth energy, so I hope you are too. It's amazing. If you see me look down, I'm looking at a calendar of planetary transits. I just wanted to talk. There's a lot going on planetary-wise, astrological-wise, so I just wanted to throw some general things out that you all can benefit from, and then we'll get into the cards. I just wanted you to kind of know what the setup was. This month, or this season, Virgo season, lots going on. So first and foremost, we have a lot of power planets all in Virgo, some of them in conjunctions. We have the Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Venus, all in Virgo. Sun, Mercury, and Mars actually make a conjunction. I think this Monday. I want to say it's this Monday. The Sun and Mars come into conjunction. I want to say Mercury joins them on like the 3rd. I think Venus is already there, so she's ahead of the game. But having all these planets in very close proximity, they're very close to each other in the skies. They make a lot of similar aspects. I think they oppose Neptune at some point. They make a couple trines with other planets. I think at some point they might square Jupiter or somebody. I don't know. Lots of things go on. But essentially what that means, there's going to be a lot of kind of step-ups and not obstacles, but opportunities to kind of step up and do things, in a more evolved way. So expect yourself to kind of be evolving and leveling up throughout the month. Lots of opportunities just to kind of work through some things and finally make that next step. A big part of that, though, is being able to let go of how you've normally done things. This is going to be a new opportunity. This is going to push you in a new way. You kind of have to embrace that to reap the benefits. So there may be a lot of, fear in, having to let go of something that feels comfortable or feels normal for something that may look kind of uncertain. There may not be any guarantees with some of these opportunities coming in. You just kind of have to accept it and take it, and realize that this is what you've been looking for. Is it new? Is it scary? It totally could be. Does that mean we don't do it? No. Okay? One other thing I want to talk about is Saturn. So Saturn goes direct, I believe, I'm trying to remember, but I can look at it. 18th. All right. So Saturn goes direct on the 18th. Saturn is in the sign of Capricorn. It's at 13 degrees. So wherever 13 degrees of Capricorn sits in your chart, if you don't know, you can go online, get your natal chart done, and find all that info out. Wherever that point is, probably since I believe Saturn went retrograde at the end of April, if I remember correctly. Since that time, sometimes it's kind of nice when Saturn goes retrograde, because Saturn can be a real heavy, It's our taskmaster. It can be a hard planet to deal with sometimes. So when it goes retro, it's nice. You get a little breather. You get a little more wiggle room. Once it goes direct, yes, it's going to be putting its energy in that space again. But what's nice is that wherever that point is, wherever Capricorn is in your chart, now you're going to see some forward progression. We've had a couple months to kind of reassess things and realign things and kind of feel things out in a different way, maybe experiment a little bit, try something, try shift this, try change that. Once we get Saturn going direct again, now we can start moving forward with this new structure. So if you've kind of taken this opportunity to do that reassessment, or even if you just tried something different and just try, maybe we'll try do this for a little bit and see how it feels. Whether you liked it or not, that's still information you can use. I talked about this in the Virgo new moon video, so if you haven't seen that, you can watch the beginning of that. That'll go into this a little deeper, sorry. Haven't had my morning cup of tea yet. But with that being said, there will be forward movement wherever Capricorn is in your chart. So that's something to look forward to. But I bring it up because, again, Saturn is our taskmaster. It's a harder, more restrictive planet to play with. So now that he's waking up and getting it going again, it's going to be a little, I don't want to say demanding, because it's not necessarily demanding, but again, it's that's kind of our planet of adulting. So we have these level ups that I was talking about with our personal planets, then Saturn kind of waking up, getting out of bed and going direct, who's really going to ask you to, okay, put your big boy pants on, put your big girl skirt on, now this is time to work. We've got a job to do. So these level ups have really been about strengthening you and almost focusing and strengthening your resolve and dedication to something. And then Saturn gets up and is like, all right, let's do this. Because Venus is involved, and where all of these placements are, a lot of this could be about love and money. Love in terms of how you show up in your relationships, what you desire or require out of your relationships, and then money. What are you doing about not only your finances, but where you find value, how you're earning money, and what you're working, what field you're working in, and how it fills you and satisfies you, and obviously provides. So there may be some new realizations and some breakthroughs in those realms as well. So the upcoming monthlies should be real interesting for a lot of us. I just wanted to throw some of that out. That's just some general stuff. Apply it to your chart as you will. So wherever Virgo is, because that's where all those personal planets are, Sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus, they're all in Virgo for a good chunk of the month. Saturn's going direct in Capricorn. Those are two placements you definitely want to be aware of. All right. With that said, let's get into the cards. All right. I'll see you in a sec. Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your September reading. All right. So as I talked about in the intro, way different format than before. So if you have been following my channel for a bit, slightly different. Love and money is going to be in a separate reading. This is all about your spiritual messages, what spirit is trying to bring you, show you, speak to you for this Virgo season and the month of September. So with that being said, let's get into it. This first deck, I didn't intend this for how this deck would be used, but honestly, as I've been doing it, I feel like this deck has really been showing us how we're showing up this month. So this is the role you're playing, whether this is for you, whether this, there's like a hair in there. Whether this is, how you're showing up for yourself, how you're showing up for others around you. There it is. I was like, I felt that sneeze coming. Let's get those out of the way. How appropriate. Look at this, the arrow. Excuse me. Who better than the Sag, our archer, to get the arrow? Promptly surround yourself with protective energy. Aha! Alright, so let's get the obvious out of the way. I do not necessarily think that you are in danger. Excuse me. Oh, I don't know what is making me sneeze right now. So I don't say this is like surround yourself with protective energy because you're going to have to combat some things. Maybe some of you are, but I think for the most part this isn't a heads up for danger. I do think this is more of a heads up of just knowing that you are safe. You know, if you are feeling like things are out of control, if you're feeling things are crazy or hectic or blah, 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 ground yourself. Put up a little buffer. So if you're into crystals, which I'm assuming you are because that's what we all love, right? You know, anything that's... Oh, there's another sneeze. Whew. Hope that's done with. All right. What was wrong? Crystals, yes. So if you're big into crystals, anything that's black, you know, so like jet, obsidian, onyx, hematite is another good one. Anything that's black or dark in color. Smoky quartz is my favorite. If you have some of that, it may be worth just to kind of keep on you and keep it on or around you. For some of you, if you have smoky citrine, that also might be really good for you. One, because you're getting a bit of that smoky quartz grounding, protecting kind of thing going on. But you also have the citrine, which has the power of the sun. So that'll help keep you kind of positive and optimistic and, you know, looking for the best versus getting all panicky and blah, 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 blah. And then it's not a dream catcher, but the like, just the image behind the arrow is giving me kind of dream catcher vibes. So some of you may, you know, maybe some of you are having dreams or at least thinking about, you know, I almost want to say like the worst case scenario. So be honest with yourself if something like that is happening or if you're going through that. Is this, you know, an actual dream that's trying to communicate something? I don't know why that word came out funny. You know, or is it like your fears and your panics that are, you know, you're trying to tell yourself something and you're just getting yourself all worked up. You know, oh my God, but this could happen, or what if, or what if, or what if. You know, sometimes if you go too far down that what if road, you end up, you know, creating a whole mountain out of a molehill, and you're just going to stress yourself out. I feel like this arrow energy, this protective energy, is just about keeping that, you know, distant from yourself. It's almost like if you picture yourself standing there and you have all these arrows kind of pointing out. It's like it's just this protective barrier that keeps all that negative stuff away. So definitely could be worth, you know, if like I said, if you're into crystals, carry some protective crystals around. You know, if you're into like Lucky Charms and you have a lucky rabbit's foot, something like that, anything like that, you know, if it makes you feel a little safer, makes you feel a little more protected, I would totally encourage that this month. It's been a theme with the readings I've done so far, talking about having to ground and, you know, be real connected. We are in Virgo season, which is Earth. And Virgo season usually is about getting us to do the work. You know, our Virgos are super detail oriented, they're hyper practical, you know, they're great at getting things done because they're dedicated and they have due diligence. So we're kind of tapping into that. And then for you, it's really doing it in a way where you are being steady and you're feeling secure and not letting things get you all out of whack. Because once you get out of whack, your own personal arrow is going to start pointing all over the place, and that's not going to help anyone. You could shoot someone's eye out and you're going to miss your mark. You know what I mean? Like, lots going on there. Okay, so know that you are safe, know that you are protected, know that you are capable and strong. Don't let your mind run away with it, okay? All right, let's find out who is helping you, Sag. Spirit, who are you sending to Sag's aid as they move through Virgo season? You know, with any turbulences or anything that they need to face externally or internally. Who is standing near Sag through this season? I was like, it was real close. That wasn't it. Ooh. Ooh, this is a big one, my friends. All right. So you guys got Radha, Soul Flame. Every time this card pops out, I just love this image of Radha. Like, it's just beautiful. So about it. All right, anyway. So Radha, Soul Flame. Let me read the prompt. Prompt reads, rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. Yes. So I said that love was going to come in its own reading. You might have a little love stuff going on. That might be a big focus for you this month, which is great. That's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. If this is romantic, if this is talking about romantic relationships, I think for a lot of you, healing is really coming out. Maybe you've gone through a tough relationship. It might even been one that happened a while ago, but for some reason it just kind of, you keep replaying it. Like I was talking about with the arrow. You know, you keep having that negative cycle come up. The arrow's trying to like, no. Push that away. You're safe. You don't need to worry about that anymore. That's in the past. Let that go. It's not coming for you again. Like, you're fine. I feel like for those of you that can relate to that storyline, Radha is coming in to help with that healing, to help you move beyond it and realize that was a different situation. That was then. You're now separate from that. You've moved on. You're in a safe place. You're not there anymore. For others of you, I do think this, on a personal level especially, is about, I mean, this is a relationship between you and you, is really what is going on here with Radha for, I think, a good chunk of you. You know, it's kind of getting in touch, and this is hilarious that I'm saying this. Sag friend, you know what I'm talking about. But, you know, there is this kind of notion with Radha that there's a part of you that maybe needs a little more love, or maybe needs to have a little more time to express itself. It could be something that, again, comes from a place of hurt. You know, that's why we need the healing. Could also be something that we're a little ashamed of, embarrassed by, or just something we don't really know much about. We don't really feel confident dealing with a certain situation or a certain moment. And instead of, you know, forcing ourselves to feel it, we rather just kind of push it away. That feels more comfortable. I'm like, oh, I'm not ready to deal with that. I'm just gonna bury that in a box all the way in the back of the closet. Like that's kind of what I feel like has happened. And you can't really do that anymore. Like, that part of you is still a part of you. Like, it is something that still needs to be embraced and healed and, you know, kind of worked with, you know, because it's never going to go away. It is truly part of you. It's part of your story. It's part of your life. It's part of your personality, whatever it is. So I think Soul Flame it's more so, in this reading, I do think it's more about your soul flame versus, you know, like a soul connection, like a soulmate connection. I'm not saying it's not. It could be for some of you. But I think for most of you, I think there's a lot of healing going on because we've already talked about protection. So I think this is more about a relationship with you and reuniting a piece of yourself that maybe has been pushed aside or, like I said, tucked in the box. I'm like, I'll deal with you later. Now is time for later. Is what Spirit's saying. And, you know, the nice thing is you have this gentle, feminine, compassionate, you know, divine feminine energy coming in to help you with that. So this isn't something you're doing on your own. Again, you're safe. You're not stepping out into this unknown frontier by yourself. Spirit's literally there to be like, you know what, I got you. I got you. You are loved. And I'm going to show it to you. You're going to feel it. But you have to embrace it. Alright, so we talked about you, we talked about how Spirit's showing up. Let's talk about on this earth plane. Animal spirits, who is helping Sag through Virgo season and through the month of September? How is the natural world helping Sag? You have some interesting cuts tonight, Sag. It's like it'll cut and then I'm like, I know that's not it. Like you're getting like, it's like choppy. It's real choppy. And I don't know if that has to do with like thinking things are chaotic or you're trying to get a grasp of what's going on. But if your energy feels like it's just choppy, like that's the best word I have for it. It just feels choppy. Oh, I love this. Make me laugh, Spirit. All right, so your spirit animal, koala spirit. Look how cute. Look how chill he is. Look at just chilling. He's cool. I love this. So koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. You know what this is? For a second I couldn't tell if his eyes were closed or open. And the reflection, it looks like the little white dots under his eyes are his eyes. But he's got little eyes. He's looking at you. And it's so cute. He's adorable. Look at this little guy. I can't get over it. So cute. So, what koala spirit is telling me, again, it's like Radha. Like, there's a plan here. There's a plan. It feels chaotic. I probably could have said that, or you read it before I said it, and you were like, there's a plan to this madness? All this weird shit going on? All this stuff I gotta deal with? All this stuff that doesn't make me feel happy? There's a plan to all of this? This was on purpose? Yeah, so I get it. I hear you. I get it. But again, there is a method to the madness. And it's hilarious. I don't know. try, if you feel inclined or you want to, try watch the Scorpio video, especially my Sages that are close to the cusp. If you're close to the cusp, it may be worth watching the Scorpio video, because I was kind of talking about this in the Scorpio video with their cards. So it might actually benefit some of you at the beginning of Sag season to watch the Scorpio video. We talk about it, well, I'm going to talk about it now, but we had a little extra in the, in the Scorpio video. But I think this, again, is about trust. Knowing that you're safe, knowing that you're protected, and kind of going with, not necessarily going with the flow. Because I don't think this card shows up, Spirit has a plan, so things are just going to happen. Like, no, you still need to put in some action, because there's work to be done, there's healing that needs to occur. So there's things you need to do. It's not just going to happen. But know that these actions you're taking are part of a plan. You're not just shooting arrows into the dark. All right, Sag? Like, you're not just like, okay, well, I'm just going to do a thing and let's see what happens. Like, you're doing them for a reason. You may not know it now, but you will understand. You'll know why you have to be in this position. You know why you had to break up that relationship. You'll know why you have to work this job. Like, whatever it is part of a bigger plan. Ooh, but that did make me chuckle. I almost wonder, some of you may... I can't remember I think it was this video, but I was talking about how, you know, a lot of the videos so far have had a lot to do with needing to kind of be grounded, you know, and kind of keep your energy in check. For some of you, because I keep looking at these cards, this dream catcher, kind of speaking to intuition, this huge like third eye mandala going on this super chill koala, you know, some of you may need to, like, if you don't already, may need to include some type of like meditation into your routine. And it doesn't have to be every day, and it doesn't have to be an hour. Like, you could do it for 30 seconds. Like, find 30 seconds, you can just close your eyes, take a couple breaths, and just have a little woosah moment. I feel like that would be amazing this month, just to kind of get your energetic space clear and keep it from getting too haywired and overcharged and overstimulated. Just, whew. And honestly, once you can kind of quiet that you know, background noise, all that white noise, you'll be able to hear Radha so much better. And when I say Radha, I'm really talking about that part of you inside that's, you know, trying to communicate to you. If you can quiet out all the other distractions, this voice will be like 1,000,000 times louder. All right, okay. Spirit, what does Sag need to know for the month of September? Ace of Swords, clarity, communication, honesty. Literally what we were just talking about. So yes, so one big thing that's coming to you, Sag, in this month is truth and clarity. Could be communication that's external from someone else, a boss, a partner, a friend, a family member. I think a lot of this is going to be coming from you, though. But this is clarity about your position, clarity about what you're doing, where you're going, how you're doing it, why you're doing it. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay. Do I want to take these? We're going to take them. They stuck out. We're going to take them. Okay. What we got here? All right. You're funny, Spirit. You're funny. All right. Okay. So, starting off here, Four of Pentacles. So, Four of Pentacles. This, to me, is really connecting to this arrow. You can kind of see... Is it focusing? Yeah, there we go. So you can see this dragon. He's like real huddled around these four coins here. To me, I think that's kind of how you start off this month, or how you're showing up in the present. And it's this. Normally, this is a real miserly card, but I feel like this energy is like, oh my God, you're gonna come after my coins. You're gonna take my happiness. You're gonna mess with my flow. Oh my God, I need to shut everything out and keep everything safe. And I'm gonna sink my claws into all of this. And I think that's where this energy is coming from, and that's why you're getting arrow. You feel like maybe you feel like you're being vulnerable, or you feel maybe a little more exposed, or things aren't under your complete control. So again, it's that vulnerability piece. That is not the case. Do not worry about that. And then right after that, you have the Six of Swords. This is all about transition, things getting easier, moving out of choppy seas into, you know, calmer waters. You know, and I called your energy choppy earlier. You know what I mean? Like this legit, this energy is all about things kind of coming and slowing down and getting easier. Some of you, this may be travel, so you may need to like take some time away. And it's not, I would say this would be, could be like a little staycation sometimes. This for you, if you're resonating with that travel piece, like this really is about going away, like be in a separate location. If you can't get on a plane and actually physically go to a distant place, like maybe like just rent a hotel room or an Airbnb in your city. Just so you like get out of your house, you get out of your normal routine space. Go somewhere else. And I think it may not necessarily calm you down. Like I'm not saying go on like a yoga retreat and just be all like for a week. You can go and live it up and have a party and da 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 da. I think this is just about separating and putting distance between your current situation and you, so you kind of just get a reset. You get a moment where you don't have to live in this panic, where you don't have to feel like you have to have your arrows up all the time, all right? So this could just be like, just get away from your house, get away from the office, just be in a different surrounding, maybe even with different people if it's a social thing. Just be with different people for a couple days. All of that. Oh my God, stop it. I should have looked at the card before I said that. 9 of Pentacles. So 9 of Pentacles is a very, I was going to say a solo energy, but this is because this is confidence. This is where we were just talking about vulnerability. This is security. This is strength. This is someone who knows her worth and knows her value and know that she created it all on her own. It's a very powerful card. So I would almost say for those of you, who take advantage of the 6 of Swords, it may be worth it to go just spend time on your own. Be with yourself. Be with your own thoughts. And that allows you to work on these things for those of you who need that healing. And then our 2 little friends that like snuck in. I was like, I'm going to leave you in. I'm going to take you out. So you got the Page of Wands. So this is all about desire, taking some new action, finding a new direction. But it's something that fuels you and literally like lights up. This is your natural suit of fire. This is something that lights you up and fuels you. And then you have the Hermit, spiritual guidance, right there. And the Hermit usually is a journey within. So again, your intuition is going to be guiding you and sending you messages and trying to communicate to you. I do think this is your own soul flame, really, that's trying to like, hey, remember me in here. Hey, don't forget. Hey, like I know you're busy, but can you spend like 5 minutes with me? I have something to tell you. Like, it's kind of what's going on. Okay. Oh. See, choppy. All right. Love, like that. Yay! All right. We're gonna wrap those up here. That's a great place to end. Bottom of the deck, before I start talking about that. 9 of Wands. So this is your choppiness, the worries, the anxiety, the what ifs, the shoulda couldas, the how do I do this? Should I do that? Blah 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 blah. All of that is coming to an end. Here you are with the World, full completion, karmic release, end of a major cycle for a brand new beginning, a passionate new beginning. A dedicated, desired, motivated, action-oriented beginning because your circumstances are changing. 8 of Cups, you are walking away from what does not serve you because this is what you're walking towards. Not only do we have the elevation, you had the Page of Wands over here. Now you're showing up as the Queen of Wands. So fully nurturing that flame, that harness, using that sensual, charismatic, positive, social energy of yours to what? Pull in your 10 of Cups, pull in your fairy tale happy ending, whether this is romantic or not. This is all about the, living the happily ever after moment. Ooh. All right. So, lots of good to look forward to as we move out of September into the holiday season, into October, November, all that good stuff. But what you do now, Sag, is really about setting yourself up to experience this bliss. So there is some healing for you to do in September. But that's not a bad thing. That's a beautiful thing. Because, like I said, look what it's setting up. fairy tale happy ending. For my single Sages out there, this is some real sexy energy. This is some sexy, charismatic, magnetic energy here. This is all about that happily ever after. So some of you looking for love may not be looking for much longer, I'm just saying. But a lot of this has to deal with this headspace. If you keep these arrows up, you're going to push this away, right? Because no one's going to come in to cuddle a pointy arrow. So if you're feeling this and feeling like you're on guard all the time, you know, try to be realistic. Try to look around and be like, do I really need this? Are people actually coming for me? If they are coming for you, that's a totally different thing. But honestly, I feel like any chaos or stress that you're dealing with, a lot of it can be managed and isn't as big as you are thinking of it as. I think the anxiety is making it bigger than it really is. And I think if you can kind of release your grip a little bit, remember we had that 4 of Pentacles too, things will calm down. Your mind will slow down. The pace will slow down because you'll have what? Clarity. All about that clarity this month, Sag. All right, my loves, I'm going to wrap up your reading here. As always, wishing you the best. Mwah. Thank you, as always, for being so patient. I missed you guys last month. I hope August went well. I know September is going to be amazing. Sound off in the comments. Let me know how you've been doing, what's going on, how this resonated. I'd love to hear from you. You can also hit me up on Instagram at The Guiding Chariot. If you want to book a private session with me, all that info will be down below. Until next time, take care, Sag. Enjoy this month, and I will see you in your next video. Bye.